If you see us in a shoot together, most people might think we hate each other, but we really don't.
Yes.
She'll start shooting something and then I'm like right next to her, and then vice versa. We just click. I worked really hard to try to be her friend. I told her all the time, I was like, I'm literally trying so hard to make you be my friend.
I make the joke as like, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, because I saw her like getting so good and I'm like, okay, she can't upstage me. We have to just be together.
Can you tell me about some of the special moments that you photographed?
I shot a wedding. I just remember watching this tough country man say these vows to his fiance on the other side of the wall, holding her hand, and he is sobbing, just telling her how much she means to him and how much he loves her and all this and that. I'm like, oh, I told him I love you and I love their love, and I just sobbed the whole time.
You constantly are seeing people at their best moments or their worst, and they're counting on you, and you just automatically think about your own life, and we get that reminder every day.
So for those of you who may be listening and not watching, I'm holding a camera in my hand. The same camera that Jazz and Annie, sitting here with me today, have chosen to capture many people's special moments through. How did this partnership come to be?
Do you want to go first or you want me to?
You go first. You started first.
Okay. So I've been taking pictures for about 10 years now, and I've always looked for people that wanted to connect with me and had a general personality the same as I did. And I just couldn't find that match that I always felt like I needed to have. And then Jazz and I don't even know, how did we even meet?
Honestly, I was friends with Shane before
Yeah, she was
I really
friends with
knew
my
you.
husband, and we just met and we just really hit it off. Yeah. And
Okay. What about you?
I started, it's probably been 5 or 6 years maybe that I've had a camera. I've always kind of had a camera in my hands one way or the other, but started charging money for sessions and such. And Annie was I was her little fangirl, her fan club.
Wait, did you see her on Instagram or
socials?
Something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With her seniors, and I feel like mainly at that time you were really big with seniors, and then weddings more so in the last 5 years, I feel like. And I worked really hard to try to be her friend.
Oh my gosh.
I told her all the time, I was like, I'm literally trying so hard to make you be my friend.
And it's not like I wasn't her friend. I was always her friend. She just didn't realize it, I guess. I'm not very good at showing my friendship, I don't think.
It's okay. It's worked out now.
But I approached her and I was like, would you ever be interested in combining us together? And I make the joke as keep your friends close and your enemies closer, because I saw her getting so good and I'm like, okay, she can't upstage me. We have to just be together.
I feel like it was more working together instead of against each other.
Yes. And we work together so well too.
I feel like we vibe off of each other very, very well. If you see us in a shoot together, most people might think we hate each other, but we really don't.
Yes.
It's just our humor. But she'll start shooting something and then I'm right next to her, and then vice versa. We just click.
Yeah.
It just flows.
Our minds kind of work together in terms of the poses that we want people to do. So it's really nice to kind of play off of someone that's just as creative as you are, instead of asking, yourself
what should we do?
Yeah. What should we do? You
What's
kind of
next?
be like, oh, does this look cool? Does this look cool? And it's nice to hear someone that is in your brain to say, yes, that is cool.
I was going to say,
no,
I feel
like that.
we're in each other's brains.
Yeah.
A lot of times, because she'll start one thing and then I'll finish the sentence almost, and then I'll start something and she'll finish it.
Yeah.
It's a very weird dynamic, but it works.
So typically everyone, a lot of photographers or content creators, they have a moment or this epiphany when they decided, oh my gosh, I see this person doing something, I want to do that. So you say you started young, and were you interested in photography before and you just didn't do it professionally until later on in life, or did you always?
I I feel like I was interested before, but just like the confidence in myself wasn't there until probably the last 3 or 4 years.
Okay. But when did you, so she was your kind of like epiphany, like, oh my gosh,
Honestly,
I want to do that.
Yes. No, but really.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because like the style I wanted to have was what she was doing at the time. So it was like something to work toward. And then she's like, oh, let's join together. And I'm like, oh, here we are.
What was that style that you're describing now?
I feel like we both lean towards very editorial, colorful, just true to life photography. And she was putting out what I wanted. And now here we are.
Did you ever hire her like before that moment?
Yes.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, you did.
I forgot about that. She shot photos of me and my husband, Josh, when we first got pregnant.
Oh, okay.
And she was like one of the first people I told, which is very crazy because I hadn't told a lot of people, but it was like our birth announcement photos. Like we hadn't had pictures taken since we got married, and it was our birth announcement photos. And I was like, actually, I'm also pregnant. Can I bring an ultrasound? And she's like, oh my gosh, of course. And she's the only person who's taken our photos really since then.
Yeah.
Okay, so she inspired you.
Mm-hmm.
Who inspired you?
I don't know if it was an actual photographer that inspired me. I get inspired by like just people that are creative.
Mm-hmm.
Like a business inspired me. And I don't know if y'all know this, which is such a girly thing to say, but Riff Raff in Fayetteville, they did this photo shoot and I like could not stop looking at it. I'm like, this is such a cool idea. And it was like, again, so girly, but the movie cover of Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen from Lindsay Lohan.
Okay.
I love
They
that
have
movie.
all of these pictures of Lindsay Lohan in like it's a different picture of her. Whatever.
Okay.
Well, Riff Raff kind of did the same type of thing for their boutique business. And I'm like, that is so cool to do. And so I did it with my sorority. And I eventually got to meet the photographer that did do that. And it was really cool to meet her and like tell her like, no, like you like probably started my whole career.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Based off of this. Yeah. And I did my first group shoot with my sorority in Conway. And I just borrowed someone's camera and I was like, this is actually like so fun. Like I was an art major, but I wasn't like, I was making clay at the time. Like I was like, this is not it.
Clay?
Yeah, like that was ceramics was one of my classes. And I remember having a meeting with the art people and they're like, someone came in, they're like, you know, being a starving artist is not easy. And I was like, starving artist? Who said anything about being starving? You know, like that's not what I signed up for. And I was like thinking like, maybe I should not do art. You know, like I didn't realize that I'd be struggling doing this career, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I got to figure something out. And then when I saw that, I switched to marketing, and that's kind of where I like to do marketing and photos together. I like to create something that can show people or make them think differently or something. So, and then I just fell in love with it after that. So I get inspired by a lot of different things, but Riff Raff Boutique was the one that was the one that really kind of set off my career.
So you said that you didn't feel comfortable or you didn't have the confidence before. What was the moment when you finally thought, dang, maybe I can actually do this for a living. Maybe I do have what it takes. Do you remember that moment?
Honestly, probably when Annie asked me, like, hey, do you want to do this together?
Like, if she can do it, I can do it.
But I thought, okay, if my like person who really inspires me and that I look up to in that regard is like, hey, I want to work with you. And not just because at that point we became really good friends, like really fast.
Yeah.
But it was like, okay, if she's been so successful and has a good business and wants to do this, like maybe that says something about me that she would want to partner with me and create things with me. And I was like, you know what? I've got to start listening to the people who are telling me like, hey, you're doing a good job. And I'm like, no, I'm telling myself I'm doing a good job.
Yeah.
I am good at this. I am passionate about it and can capture people's stories, whatever it looks like.
You say you became friends fast. Going from friendship to business dynamic, how did that actually change y'all's relationship?
I think that we're both very like blunt and not worried about each other's feelings.
Right.
I mean, yes, I am. We're both worried about each other's feelings, but like we know that I don't think there's anything that Jazmine could say to make me not be her friend.
Right.
So anything that she feels upset about or like we need to talk about, we just kind of talk about it. Like it's not, I don't really feel weird about talking about money. I don't feel weird about talking about clients.
Yeah.
I don't really ever feel weird about it because I'm like, at the end of the day, we're friends first and we go through it together. So I think being in a business relationship really wasn't that hard.
I don't really feel like it changed anything except for we exchange money a lot more often with each other.
And we get to see each other more.
And
Yeah.
Because I'm always working and I'm always begging her to help me or come with me or, you
Vice
know,
versa,
like,
yes.
yeah, or me going to her and being like, can I, you know, go to this group shoot or whatever. And it works really well.
So you said group shoot there. Can you kind of break down all the different types of shoots that y'all actually do? And then also, was there a point that you realized like, okay, this person, because it's a partnership, this person does this type of shoot better than me, so I'm going to start giving them those type of shoots and this person this type of shoots. Like, did that ever happen? And then, just break down the whole dynamics of shoots.
I think a lot of times we're working on it
together.
Yeah. And since we're so much alike, we really don't separate shoots. I think truly when I came to her, I didn't want us to fully be one person. I still wanted to remain Annie and Jazmine. Like, so if people wanted to come to see Jazmine, they come and book with her. And if they wanted me, they come book with me because I'm kind of a control freak. I don't know if you've realized this just in the past 5 minutes, but I like, no wonder it took me so long to find someone to put up with me because I am very picky about my shoots and about what to do. And like, I'll spend weeks trying to find a perfect flower for like a photo shoot because I have this one thing in mind.
Yeah.
So to have Jazmine there with me helps, but I also didn't want to lose myself and I want her to lose herself. So we do the same things. We're good at the same things, but they're different.
Yeah. I feel like we do approach shoots in a lot of the same ways. And I mean, I think from the get-go, she was very much, we're not going to lose ourselves in this. So you just get to have a little extra partner with you.
What do you mean by lose yourself in it? Because I feel like you have an example of what that looks like because we live in Fort Smith and I feel like Greenwood and Fort Smith is just full of people who think they're photographers and some who are photographers. And then you see, 5 years later, they're selling it all on Facebook Marketplace. So what does it look like to lose yourself in it?
I think just so that neither of us got overshadowed by the other. And I think she, especially at the beginning, was like, because she is a control freak.
Yeah.
She said, I don't want you to feel like I'm steamrolling you. Like we just communicate about it of we're not getting lost in it in the sense of you're no longer Annie and I'm no longer Jazmine. Like we still are. I'm talented in my regard. She's talented in her regard. And we have like, it's just easier to work together.
I kind of see it too as like, we're like sisters in a business.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to having sisters. I love having women around me. I'm a girl's girl. I love having women around me and just to have like a sister, basically like we're doing the same stuff, but we're good at what we do differently.
But I also feel like we do better at it together.
Yes. And a lot of times too, like, and we're still working out the kinks.
Yeah.
Like sometimes there'll be shoots and I'll catch myself and I'll be like, Jazz, you go ahead. I need to stop and I need to take a back seat. And I get too excited and I'm like, you know what? No, Jazmine, take a little front. Cause she'll let me, be in charge of everything.
I'm generally more introverted and she's very much the opposite. So it is easier for me to get steamrolled, if you will. I thought that was your term.
Yes, it's my term. And
your
I
term.
agree with the term. I agree with the term.
But I think
too, like you feel sometimes that like I'm the full-time and you're the part-time. So you're like, oh, Annie needs to do it. But that's not true. Like there's still times where I feel like she needs to come up and know that she's good at it and know that she can do it.
so nice.
We're not nice to each other, so it is.
We are nice, but it's a bickering sibling nice.
Yes.
I mean, just to make sure, you may have said it, but I didn't hear it. Can you clearly lay out like what type of shoots that you do? Sorry, I may have missed it if you did say it.
All of them. I don't think there's been anything that we've said no to. I don't really do boudoir.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say.
See, I do.
But she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's just not something I'm
And I don't do like
in that.
like newborn shoots with the like swaddled in pose.
Like classic newborn photography.
I don't do that. Yeah, I'll do lifestyle.
Yeah, I feel like the basis of what we do are very lifestyle sessions, whether that's couples, families, seniors, portraits. Yeah.
What are you known for? Like if someone's like on Facebook and they're in What's Happening in Fort Smith and someone says, I need a photographer, and someone comments y'all, what is that post probably going to say for them to comment y'all's name?
Seniors.
Yeah.
For me, for sure. Yeah.
I'd say probably for me a good mix between seniors and couples. I feel like I get a decent amount of couples portraits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question. Are you ready?
Maybe.
Okay. So imagine you have all the money in the world.
Oh my gosh.
You have all the money in the world. And let's just say you're still super passionate and interested in photography. What would you choose to you have to photograph the same thing for the rest of your life. Oh. What are you choosing to photograph and why are you not doing that now?
I think we'll have the same answer.
You go first.
Wait, no, because she's easily convinced. So you need to go first.
Yeah, Jazz, you go first.
Okay, ask the question again. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're fine. So imagine you have all the money in the world. Money isn't a problem.
Okay.
And you're still passionate and interested in photography. What would you choose to photograph if you can only photograph one thing for the rest of your life? What would you choose to photograph and why are you not doing that now?
I feel like couples, but more documentary. Like we are hanging out. We're going to your favorite coffee shop. We're doing, I don't know, recreating your first date. I would want to do that.
You want me to go?
Yes.
I like to shoot. I love couples. And I still shoot couples.
She hates couples.
I don't know. The only thing about the couples that sometimes I don't love is that they're not all down for anything.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times they want to just do a smiling and be done, which is, I mean, obviously I want that too.
Yeah.
So like, it's hard for me to be like, oh, boring. Like I like that, you know, but, a lot of times my creativity like begs me to do more and I want to do more than that. And so with anything, I don't know if there's a specific thing that I want to photograph. Niche. Yes. But like whether it be couples, a senior, a model, a business, I want to be creative with it and do something different and weird. And because I do that sometimes, you know, like I'm not saying I don't, but I don't do it every day like I would want to. And the reason for that is because
where we are.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of people that are innovative and they think, you know, creatively and they want the creative photos, but a lot of times people don't. And I mean, I think that's fine. I don't hate them for it. I mean, I love taking photos, but sometimes I'm like, okay, this one's just for me. So you might hate this one and you'll probably never post it, but I'm posting it because I love it.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that's a good excuse not to do it now.
I do it now, but
it's selective.
Okay. Yes.
Because you can't do that with a couple, a senior, whatever, who's uncomfortable in it, because it's not going to give the vision that gives you that, I see that in my head and this is what I want.
Right. Yeah.
It's not going to give you that.
Well, I guess, I mean, like a lot of times, so like a good example for the film industry, your husband would be familiar with this because he's a filmmaker. I don't know if does he call himself? Yeah. Okay. So
he normally calls himself a video editor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but filmmaker.
So like doing a lot of spec shoots like that would attract more of that type of client that you want. Yeah, you're doing it for free, but it's something that you like to do,
right.
and that would draw you closer. But I get it, time.
Well, I mean,
and all
even
those different
just
things.
Wednesday, I paid to do a shoot like that.
Yes.
Just because, I mean, and I'm all for that. The issue is timing. I mean, I have a 4-month-old at home, so it is hard to do that. But that is how you do it. And, you know, it just takes longer than I would.
It's a lot of planning.
Yeah, because you also have to worry about your clients that you are now. I don't ever want to make them feel like I don't love them or they're not a priority, because they are. And I love, you know, doing shoots of just literally just a gender reveal. Like that still makes me happy. Just being able to like share that moment with them is really cool. So, you know, yes, if I was just doing this for fun, yeah, I would do only creative shoots.
Okay. So going back to kind of the partnership. So I think it's really cool, first of all, that y'all are both obviously woman-owned business. You're both women, right?
Yes.
Last I checked.
Yes,
okay,
for
both
sure.
women. Okay. So I think it's super cool that y'all woman-owned business. But kind of thinking about the relationship of being in a partnership, I can see that it's even hard for people who are married to even see eye to eye on everything. So I can only imagine how hard it can be when you're building something that is supposed to produce money. So if you were to both to be brutally honest, what are some of the hardest things, the hardest challenges you've had about your partnership? And what are some of the successes and things that you found life to be a little bit easier coming together as a partner? Jazz, you have to go first.
Yeah. I want to know. What's the hardest part?
Can I do successes first?
No.
Do it.
Okay. No. Okay. Listen, I will let you do successes
Blame me.
first
Thank you.
because you're supposed to sandwich things anyways. It
Yes.
makes
Yes.
So I'll let you do
I need you to
successes
tell me
first.
I'm pretty first, and then you can tell me the constructive criticism, and then tell me I'm pretty again.
Yeah.
Successes for me personally is I'm a lot more confident having someone like on my tail, like, no, you've got this. Biggest success. And I also feel like last year when she was pregnant, I picked up the slack a lot, and that made not only me more successful, but also her, because when you're pregnant, things are just hard. And so I think that hard things, sometimes,
I know what you're going to say.
what am I going to say?
No, just go ahead.
Sometimes she's just hard to get a hold of.
That's what I was going to say.
She does not answer her phone. And when it's a pressing moment, sometimes it's frustrating. But I honestly don't feel like there's a lot of hard things with it.
Right.
It's really very menial, like, hey, she really sucks at communicating sometimes, or she can get ahead of herself and take over things. But that's also a part for me that I need to learn to be like, stop, take a breath, I got it. And I feel like it's like a give and take between both of us. So nothing bad.
No, I agree. And I'm very self-aware.
Yeah.
Like
She is.
I understand that sometimes it's hard to get a hold of me. And I also understand that, I mean, it is what it is.
Yes.
You know, I'm working on it. All you can do is work on yourself. You know, you're always going to have to work on yourself. And it is something that I really need to get better at, because I am sometimes really hard to get a hold of.
Why are you hard to get a hold of?
Especially now, I will put my 4-month-old down for a nap, right? And I'm like, oh, I need to eat something before she wakes up. So I get my lunch together, pump, she wakes up.
So you're just, it sounds like you're just disconnected from your phone.
I'm just disconnected. Or I'll read it and I'll think about it. Like a lot of people will send me messages like, hey, where are we going? What do we wear? Well, those aren't questions I can answer like this. I need to know what you want in terms of your vibe. I need to know what the weather's going to look like. I need to know when the sun sets. I need to know exactly what your outfits you want to look like. All these different questions that I have to ask, I can't just answer right away. And so there are things that I have to really think on. And so I'll think about it while I'm making my lunch. I'll think about it like while I'm changing a diaper or whatever. And then I'll forget to respond to it.
So funny.
And then it'll be the day before the shoot, and I'm like, I need to tell them like what I'm thinking, and I hate it because I am thinking about it,
Yeah.
but it's
Well, why
hard
don't you
to
just say
respond.
that? I'm thinking about it.
I can't get myself to pick up the phone. I think it's an ADHD thing. I'm trying to get some medication.
When she's on her medication, way
It's so much easier, but I'm not on it right now, and it's very hard.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating. I think I'm very scatterbrained, and that's really the worst quality about me, I gotta say.
Okay, so your go now.
Okay, so hardest parts.
Yeah. No, well,
Or
no,
best
wait.
successes.
Yeah,
Successes first. Remember,
Okay.
you got to tell me
So
I'm pretty.
I'll always remember the time when we did a styled shoot, and this was another thing that we paid for.
I know
Me and
exactly what you're
Jazmine
talking
did.
about. Yeah.
And it was in this bar, and it was a couple, and they were the coolest couple. And basically, we got to figure out what they're going to wear. We got to pose them. We paid for a certain time. So it was just me
Right.
and her. So we didn't have any other photographers around us. It was me and her and the models. And they said, this is everything that you have. You guys do whatever you want. And so we're like,
Cool.
heck yeah. Yeah, like it was
Best
the
day
coolest
ever.
couple. Like they were fun, down to do whatever. And so we just had seriously so much fun. Like it took us a minute to kind of groove into each other. But after that, like you could just tell like we were on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Like just constant, like, no, she needs to move her leg here. Or if I didn't miss her hair, whatever, Jasmine's like, oh, fix your hair. And I'm like, oh yeah. And we were just like going off and off and off.
It
And
was
I remember,
like we were the same person.
yes, I remember when we left, both of us looked at each other. We're like, that is why we're together.
Yes.
Like those pictures are some of my favorite pictures because we did it together. And like, it is almost near impossible to find someone that you could do that with. I can't
for
even do
sure.
that with Shane. Like, you know, like you can't get on the same wavelength with someone and just have them in your brain, like doing the same stuff and wanting to do the same things. And it was just such a cool experience.
I feel like that was like our aha moment together.
Yeah, like we're like, oh, like we're meant to do this together because those wouldn't have been as good if it was just one of us.
No, I don't think so.
No, because we just really caught everything that the other person didn't catch. And I think that was the biggest success because we're like, oh, this is going to work. And like, we need to recreate this. And we have recreated it quite a lot. But I do remember it was the first time when we were like, oh, okay, like we're going to be good.
Yeah.
This is going to be a piece of cake together. And our biggest problems, I mean, I don't know if we have a ton of problems. I'm the problem.
You're not the problem. She's not the problem.
We do get a lot, like our dreams are so big and our time is so little.
Yeah.
Like we don't have the time to do everything that we want to do. And that, I think that's the hardest part.
I would agree.
Cause like we want to do so much things. Like, you know, I obviously have a million things that I want to do and
Sky's the limit.
the sky's the limit. And then Jasmine's like, can you answer a phone call? And I'm like, that I don't know if I can do.
I can't plan it if you don't answer your phone.
So it's the struggle of dealing with a home and work is the biggest issue.
The juggle.
Yeah.
Life juggling.
See, that wasn't as bad as y'all thought it was going to be.
No.
I mean, nothing she could say would really upset me.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I don't feel uncomfortable saying things that bother me.
yeah, like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, my communication and clients, I am working on it. Okay. I'm working on it. I'm getting medicated and we're going to be good.
I've been trying to help her work on it for the past 2
Jasmine
years.
has helped. When I was pregnant, she was like, Annie, schedule this and do this.
I did.
now.
I did.
And
If
I
you
did
could
it.
see our text threads.
Yeah.
There were a lot of me and not a
She
lot
like
of her.
sent me a reminder. She was like, hey,
It's time. You got to respond to this. You got to do this. with
Did you
the
tell your reps
seniors.
this?
Yeah.
No, tell them right now. Okay.
Okay, let me paint a picture for y'all,
Oh my gosh.
and it'll end in a question.
Okay.
Okay, so you're both moms.
Yes.
Imagine you're kind of in the older years of your life, and you have retired, and you're just sitting on your front porch, and your adult kid, sweet to think about,
my
is
gosh.
right there with you, and I'm just imagining like you're in a rocking chair, you know, you're knitting.
That's exactly what
or
I was
something,
imagining.
Where you're just looking out and you're listening to music or something early in the morning, your kid's with you. And your kid looks at you and says, Mom, I know you were a photographer. Can you tell me about some of the special moments that you photographed? What would you say? Tell me about where your mind goes when you even think about that. Jazz, you can go first.
Why do I have to go first?
Because I can tell you're already thinking.
I know, but I needed a second to think about it.
Well, and you can go first.
Thank you.
My biggest thing would be like my every day that I get to go to work it's always different. I get to like hear about someone being pregnant for the first time before even their family does. Like I get to like see all these different things. Like I get to see proposals before even the fiance gets to see it. Like it is just the coolest thing to be a part of people's like core memories.
Yeah.
And being able to like know that they trusted you to capture it, which is stressful. But also it's very like rewarding. And it's just the fact that like we get to make our own schedules. We get to do something different every single day if we want to.
Yeah.
And we get to spend time with our family when we want to. And we also get to like be a part of everyone's like best memory.
So would you say, just kind of making one of those short, would you tell them back, well, one of my best moments was being able to spend time with you?
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's very sweet.
Mine's not that sweet. I think it's hard because this is not my full-time job. I feel like I have multiple full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it is hard to think of an exact moment because my time is split so many different places. But a lot of it is along the same lines of like, I think even this past December, I got to photograph a gender reveal for someone who had been trying to get pregnant for so many years. And like, it was a big celebration with her family and her friends and all of that. Or I think I just recently did an engagement shoot and it was the couple's first time getting professional pictures taken and I got to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, people do trust you to capture these special moments. And I feel like if anytime I'm looking back on it, it's just the stories that I get to help tell. And I'd want to tell my daughter, like, just being in the moment of life. And I just so happen to get to capture some of those moments.
Yeah.
Whether it's of her or clients and other friends, family. So
I love the way you said that because one way I like to think about weddings, I used to do film and photograph weddings a lot, don't anymore. But it's being in those moments of life, and y'all too, you do take time to like realize where you are when you're in those moments of life. And I feel like for me, one of the big moments for me is being at a wedding and you have a moment where you can just soak it in for just a moment. Maybe for me, it was during a ceremony. You shot so many photos, but they're in a specific part where you're like, I can't really shoot this any different. I mean, for me, I do video. So like the video cameras are set, specifically when they get to their vow renewal. And I remember just listening to them saying their vows and I just closed my eyes and it takes me back to the moment when I was in that place and I was saying my vows to my wife. And I'm not even thinking about what I said. I'm just feeling the feelings that I could have
all the
felt.
emotions.
Yeah. And then I go home in that moment and I just want to be a better husband just because I remember the commitment I made coming up on 6 years ago today. And you just kind of get a little bit overwhelmed with how much you care for someone, seeing someone else care for someone else that much.
Oh, yeah.
Have y'all had any moments like that where you just not necessarily close your eyes, but you took a moment in that exact place that you were and you just soaked it in?
I can go because I remember exactly. I shot a wedding in, what was that, October? October was a busy month. So, no, just kidding. It was May. I shot a wedding in May last year. And it was this couple, they'd been together since they were kids, like 14, 15. And the day had been kind of crazy. It was really hot. But they really wanted to do their vows privately, but they didn't want to see each other. But I just remember watching this tough country man say these vows to his fiance on the other side of the wall, holding her hand, and he is sobbing, just telling her how much she means to him and how much he loves her and all this and that. And I'm like, oh, that reminds me on my wedding day, Josh and I did a first touch because I didn't want him to see me. It was just soppy little 21-year-old Jazz. And I remember like thinking, oh my gosh, we're doing this. And I bet they're thinking, oh my gosh, we're doing this. And it made me go home and I told him, I love you and I love their love. And I just sobbed the whole time.
That's so sweet.
Well, for me, I do remember a time exactly too. I lost my dad when I was 21, unexpectedly. Like he just had a massive heart attack and passed away. And I shot this wedding at, where was it? Where is that place?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about.
But it was this place we went to, and the bride had lost her dad. It was, I don't even know if it would have been a full year before this. I think it was the same way. And during the father-daughter dance, I didn't do one because I got married without my dad, and I was like, I can't do it. And they did one combined, but she did it with her mom. And then throughout the song, all of her dad's coworkers and her uncles, they all danced with her. And it was just like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I just remember thinking like, she has such a support system. And like, that was probably so special for her. And I like could not stop like sobbing. And Shane was like, are you going to make it through this wedding? And I'm like, no. I don't know. And it just made me think like, regardless of what happens in your life, things are going to happen in your life that are horrible, you know, but like just surrounding yourself with people that you love and that love you and care enough for you to do that. Yeah. It was just so special. And I will always think about that. It was beautiful.
I'm not sure where you were in your season of life then, but did that also make you think and look at your own life and say, wow, look at that. It just helped you to realize the support that you even had now looking back, and even the support you had then. Like, did it kind of help you?
Yeah, because I thought about it too. And I'm like, I have a ton of aunts and uncles that would drop anything to help me and just to be there for me and just to be my village. Yeah. And it was cool to see that, because you do look, a lot of times you do look at your life when you're looking at someone else's special moments, because all you can think about is yours.
Yeah. That's the only thing you have to compare it to.
And you're just like, wow, like that is really cool. And it is nice to have people around you that care about you and want you to do well. And
I feel like you need those reminders of something that'll bring you back to a moment for your life when in a profession like this, you're doing so many things for other people. It's nice when you're seeing that, but you can see yourself in it, and you can, it kind of brings you back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah.
And how lucky are we that we get to like have those moments and those thoughts all the time. All the time. You constantly are seeing people at their best moments. Or their worst. And they're counting on you, and you just automatically think about your own life. And we get that reminder every day.
I really like to think about analogies, and that reminds me of an analogy that I want to, I guess, say. But when I'm thinking about what you're doing and what we're all fighting for is we're all fighting to be together, whether it's like with our spouse or just in harmony with other people, just we're all fighting to be together. But the thing that you said about, you know, you are witnessing, you're doing a job, but you're witnessing and experiencing what someone else is experiencing while you're doing that job. It makes me think of like when you have worship leaders worshiping on stage and they can't handle the moment enough to where they have to put the mic down and they're just sitting and soaking in the moment. It's the same exact thing. It's like you all line up and you're like, wow, we really all are here for just one thing. And it's to love one another. And so then you go home loving one another more, and it's just all sweet.
That's beautiful.
That's a perfect analogy. It's just all sweet.
It's just all sweet. Okay. We are diving into the second layer. If you are a new viewer who's watching for the first time, which I'm sure you are because these two people over here have a huge fan club, then this is the second layer where we get to know them a little bit deeper, a little bit more personal. So I'm going to ask them some questions that will allow y'all to, kind of open up in a different way. Are you ready?
Born ready.
Go for it, Jazz.
Okay, question number 1. If I had quietly been watching your journey over the past 2 years, how would I describe the person sitting in front of me today?
I don't remember you putting this question in the packet. Oh, if you have been watching my journey over the last 2 years, how would you describe
The person sitting in front of me today.
a fighter, honestly? I feel like the past 2 years have been full of a lot of different emotions, one way or the other. And I just been fighting to love myself, love the people around me better. And yeah, that's really all I got. I don't know.
That's a really hard one.
Yeah.
I don't even know. How would you
stumped her.
describe?
Yeah. The person who's sitting in front of me today. If I had been looking at your life for the past 2 years.
Like in all aspects of life?
Yeah. I would say growing up. I feel grown up, which is so stupid to say.
Is it because you're past 30?
Yes. To be honest, I love being in my 30s. I'm grown in my marriage. Me and my husband are, we're in the newborn trenches still. And, we're stronger for it. And I feel, what's the word? Like,
Solid?
to get solid. Yeah, I feel solid. And I feel like, I'm always going to love photography, and I'm not going anywhere, and I'm just getting started, I guess.
I would agree with that.
That's it.
Okay. Question number 2. How would your daily life look different if money was no longer a concern?
You have those jokes.
If money was no longer a concern, I would not have so many jobs. My daily
Amen.
life would look quite different. If money was not a concern, I would just be very picky and only do the things that I want to do.
Which are?
I told my husband I just want to live a quiet, soft life, and he could
What a dream.
he could buy me a farm. I want him to buy it because then money's not an option. He can buy me a farm,
Right.
and I could have some chickens. I have a milk cow. Hang out with my
You would milk cows.
Yes, I would.
You learn something new about your partner every day.
No, I totally would. I want one singular milk cow. I don't need a dairy farm.
Okay.
But I want to do that. I want to take fun pictures, maybe clean teeth every now and again. I'm also a dental hygienist.
No, she just cleans.
That is my day job. And this job is my every other time job. And being a mom and a wife and a friend is also my every other time of the day job. So yeah, I would just live a very quiet, soft life. I don't know. I told my husband that if that were the case, I could have like 5 kids, and yeah. This is coming from someone who had 1 child and then tried to swear off having more children. So
Crazy. Wild. What about you?
I would do the same thing without the dairy stuff, I think.
I will bring the milk to you and eggs.
But I don't know if I would stay home. Like, I like to say that when my life is too busy and stuff. And I'm like, I wish I could just stay home forever and just make food. And it's like, I would hate that after
would
like
not
the
be able to do
second
it.
day. I can't stand that. I can't stand it now. And the only thing that makes me annoyed is the fact that it's hard to schedule people right now in my time of life. But like, I think that I would keep on shooting. I like creating sets. I think I would create more sets.
Oh yeah.
Because that is hard when money is an object and you try to do it for people and then they don't book and you're like, oh, I'm out like a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I think creating sets would probably be what I would like to do, but I would still take pictures.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I'm boring.
no, that's a great answer.
She loves cows.
That's a really great answer. Okay, if
That is a great answer.
if your soul had an age, what would it be and why?
You get to go first this time.
Okay, I'll go first. I think I would love my soul to be like 24. And just in my whole essence to be 24, my face to be 24. But I think that I am, as cringy as this sounds, I'm a true millennial, and I relate to everyone my age. I love being my age. I feel like this is who I'm meant to be in my 30s, and I'll stay 30 forever.
So
my soul will never get older.
okay, you said this, not me. It just sounds like you're saying it's downhill from here. I did not say
My
it.
soul is 30,
Okay.
and I like it. You know, I don't think that I was born ahead, like where I should have been, like in the Victorian era or anything. I like having technology. I like AC. You know, I'm good. I like where I'm at.
If you ask Annie, she would say my soul is also 30 because she doesn't know how old I actually am.
Jazmine is so much younger than me.
No,
and I will
I'm not.
say that she's 30. She has to be my age. Well, you're 32 now.
I'm 32 now, apparently, when I'm actually 28.
I was about to say. Okay.
I think it's because
That's
our
funny.
birthdays are so close that she thinks.
So maybe your soul is 32.
I have always thought I've had an old soul,
Okay.
whatever, because even as a child, people would be like, you're just so mature for your age. I'm going to blame that on the childhood trauma. But
I agree, though, because I even ask her questions, and I'm
She
like, I'm
does.
supposed to be the older one. But
I don't know. I grew up really fast as a child, and I've always just kind of hung on by myself. So I don't know what age specifically that puts me at, but I don't always feel like in my 20s. But I still do like technology, and I like running water and a plumbing system and hot water tanks and cell phones and Netflix.
I do.
That's hilarious. Okay. If you lost everything tomorrow, what's the first thing you would do?
Everything.
Joe, come on with
Like
the question.
material items?
Everything. Oh, you still have, the only thing you have left is your family.
Okay. Well, the first thing I would do is find my family.
Yeah, I would cry.
Yes.
A little bit.
Sob. Minty B. Minty B. Find family.
Well, your family's with you.
Okay.
Yeah, so Minty B.
Minty B.
And then and then just pick yourself back up
Yeah.
by your bootstraps and get on going.
Honestly, though.
And just do it all over again. I mean,
just-
you know,
It's gonna go how it goes.
it's gonna go how it goes. And that's our mantra.
That
But if you
is.
redid it, then what would be different? Now that you know how you got to where you got now.
I think I would do the same thing.
I think so too.
I think the way
Well, I guess let me clarify what I mean. So I know you would probably do the same thing, but how would you get to where you are now faster? Now that you know how you've gotten to where you've gotten now, if you lost everything, how would you get back?
I think I would fake it till I make it a little bit more than I did. Because I think that I was, when I was starting out, I wanted to make sure that, you know, you take the steps to get there. And that's what you do. But I think there's a lot in faking till you make it. And I think that's how you get somewhere pretty fast.
I want to hear your answer too, but you want to hear a funny story. This is from season 1, and it just came to my head for some reason. Nothing really ever comes back to my head from these interviews. But fake it till you make it. Kelsey Joe, she was talking about a story when she got started. She was shooting a shoot, and all of a sudden she started smelling a smoking smell. She had rented a flash from Bedford Cameron Video when it was here, and she actually rented it from, he goes to our church. He works at our
Jason.
church. Jason. Jason helped her. So she's smelling this smoking smell. So everyone's like looking around. What is it? What is it? She left the cap, the plastic cap on it, and it burned off. Like it was melted.
That's
the
awesome.
light. So she was faking it till she made it because she didn't know how to use the light. She's getting paid to
Just
be on the
gotta do
shoot.
it.
It's gonna go how it goes.
Gonna go how it
Yeah.
goes.
Truthfully.
And if it goes bad, it goes
That's
bad.
how it goes.
Hey, I'm not making fun of you, Kelsey. I just thought it was funny.
We love you.
Yeah, I mean, Shane once shot a whole wedding when his camera broke. The monitor broke in the rain, and he had to blindly shoot the wedding. It turned out great.
Oh, Lord.
But I was like, do you think it's working? He's like, hope so. But it was, I mean, it was raining and we had to stay out there.
What about you? How would you redo it?
I would just have a lot more confidence and just, it's going to go how it goes. I know that's so dumb, but truthfully it is like
It really is our mantra.
our motto. Like, okay, this is a crazy wedding. It's just going to go how it goes.
We're gonna
I
do
have
our
it on
best.
hats. I have the phrase on hats.
You just gotta do your best. That's all you can do.
Yes. So I think to redo all of how I got here, I would get out of my own head and just let it be.
Let life go how it goes.
Yep.
Okay. What's one thing you wish more people would know about you?
Ooh, I gotta think about this for a minute.
I think that I wish people would know more that I really do care, I guess. Like I'm a big personality. And so I think sometimes that overshadows me like caring about someone, I guess. Like, because they're like, oh, she's trying to be funny. She's making jokes and stuff. But I truly do care about every single client. And there are nights where I'm up until 2 a.m. just trying to get their like one photo that they asked for because I can't imagine them not having that. And I want to have it. Like with people's birthdays, I'm a birthday girl. Like, if it's your birthday and you don't have your photos, you need to let me know because I will cancel whatever I have to make sure that you get your birthday photos on time so you can post them for your birthday on your Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know that that's silly, but like, I care about that stuff. And I know that people may think I think that's silly, but I don't. That's my whole business. Like, I care about your special moments. And yeah, I can joke and laugh and all that stuff. And I want to have fun. And I am having fun. But I care a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
And I am a people pleaser, so I think that does have something to do with it.
I think so.
But I do like genuinely like want them to love their photos and want like, yes, I do want to get paid, but like I want them to love their photos no matter what. So
that's a good answer.
yeah. Thank you.
I liked that.
Thank you.
I'm glad you care.
Thank you.
One thing I would want people to know, I just want to be your bestie. I really do. I like making people feel comfortable. I want to make them laugh. I want to make them feel like we're just friends hanging out. I want to laugh with you, cry with you. I will probably cry if it's an emotional moment because I'm a sympathetic crier, but I just want to be your Jazz. Like I say, my friends call me Jazz and they really do. So I'm going to do whatever I can in order to make it a seamless and enjoyable experience. I just love people.
That's a good answer.
I just love it.
I'm going to share one because I never do. And I thought about it while y'all talking about it. So I wish that more people would know how hard I actually work and that they wouldn't feel bad for me after they know that, but they would feel more happy that someone cares about them.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Because when people, you say like, so if it comes from you, only you know how much you do. But if you tell someone that, then they are like, I'm sorry.
Right.
You know, that you have to go through that. I'm like, no, I'm happy that I get to carry that weight because I'm made to carry this weight.
Right.
And I see that you maybe aren't. That's why I'm in your life. But I just want you to be happier about the fact that God placed me in your life and not sorry for me. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you don't want them to be like, oh, you don't have to do that. Or, oh, it's too much. It's like,
it's
no,
not a
I just want to let you
pity
know.
thing.
I'm just so sorry. Yeah. I don't like
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. Done. That's the last question. Y'all made it through.
I was sweating.
Okay. Let's play a fun game before we get out of here. This is called Frame It or Forget It.
Ooh, okay.
I'll name 5 things and you each tell me if this is a moment you love to photograph and you say frame it or something you're pass on, forget it.
Hey.
Whatever comes to mind.
Ready?
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready?
What if we had little things?
I know. Next time we're having paddles.
Okay.
I should have made them.
I know.
A surprise proposal at an Arkansas waterfall.
Frame it.
Forget it.
She hates proposals.
They make me. I get so nervous.
Okay.
I get so nervous. It makes me like you don't understand. I sweat. There was one time that they saw me. It was just, I can't do it. I will do it.
Yeah.
And especially with someone that, you know, like truly wants me to shoot it, but they never know the plans. It always changes. The person proposing always gets nervous and they change the spot. And
last minute, usually.
I start sweating. Like, I can't. I would much rather forget it and do their wedding.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is what we're talking about, good partnership. You photograph the proposal.
I'm like shaking. I'm like, can I can't. It makes me so
thrive in the
nervous.
chaos of that.
Okay. Number 2, a business branding session for a local plumbing company. Okay, that's not fun. I don't mean I'm so sorry. If you're a plumber, I wasn't laughing. I promise I wasn't laughing because it's,
Joe hates plumbers.
No, I don't. I made a lot of money with plumbers. That's all I'm saying.
I say frame it.
I also say frame it.
I have so much fun going to businesses that I
think
would
it's
not
fun.
necessarily go to.
Yeah.
I love listening about their life and everything. Like there was one guy, he worked on cars and I was out there. He thought I was in high school. And this was 3 years ago. I'm not joking. And I'm like, you obviously never seen a woman under 30?
Nope.
Because there's no way I'm in high school. He asked if it was a school project. And I said,
Yeah, it is.
I've been full-time for 10 years. So I do like meeting people.
It's like, since you were 14?
Yes. So I feel like meeting people that are, you know, I like to hear how things work too. It's sort of like a show about how things work too. Because as a photographer, you need to know like what's important to take pictures of.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they don't tell you. And they're like, why didn't I've gotten given photos back and they're like, why did you take a picture of this? And I said, because I absolutely have no clue what you do.
I don't know what you're doing.
You got to tell me.
Don't know how it works.
So I used to work for a company that would take me out to like random places. And it was so fun because I'd be like, okay, so what does this do? And they're so happy to tell you.
That's cool.
Yeah. So frame it.
Why would you frame it?
I just like to chat.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like people enjoy when you ask about them and their passions. And I am genuinely interested most of the time. Like I want to know why. I want to ask them, why are you working at this plumbing company? Why are these pictures so important for you? What is the importance of X, Y, and Z? So I just like to chat. I want to know about people.
Funny.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, a wedding where the theme is cowboy boots and disco balls.
Obviously frame it.
Frame it.
Joe, come on.
That's the essence of like girlhood.
Yeah.
Is cowboy boots and disco balls.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I would love that.
That one was pretty easy, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I had to throw an easy one in there. A day in life session with a local Fort Smith chief.
Who?
Like a local Fort Smith chief, like the chief of police.
Oh,
Frame it.
I'd say frame it.
Yeah.
I love a day in the life.
I love a day in the life.
I just want you to take me around to all of your things.
Yeah. And like,
Can I pull up in the police cruiser with you?
could you
Can we
take
do
me
a
in
ride
it?
along?
Could I drive it?
Did y'all see that post of them in the Cybertruck? That Cybertruck.
No.
You didn't see it? On April 1st, the
We're
police
not
department.
obsessed with Cybertrucks.
I know, but
Joe.
it was a big thing.
I
on
know, I don't care
Facebook.
about them.
They posted like a Cybertruck with the Fort Smith Police Department's logo on the side on April 1st.
Oh, April Fools.
Yeah. So you would have been riding the Cybertruck if it was on April 1st.
Would they let me drive it? Can I turn on the wee woos, the lights?
Oh my gosh.
Can I get on your computer? Can I
Yeah.
drive it and get on the computer at the same time? Because that's what cops
Can
do.
you tell me all the tips and tricks?
Yeah.
of
Where
how
do
to
you
not get pulled
hide?
over?
Where do you hide?
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Just download Waves or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'd be like, become best friends with them so that they would never pull me over. And if they did pull me over, they'd be like, I'm
Or
like,
if I got pulled over by someone else, then I could say,
Yeah.
but I know so and so.
yeah,
Yeah.
ring them up.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
A 2 a.m. newborn shoot for a mom who just came home from the hospital.
Frame it.
This could go both ways. It depends.
Why?
Is it set at 2 a.m. or is it from like 2 to 7 a.m.? We don't know. And we're just sitting there. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I would do it.
I would say, again, forget it. I am so nervous. I can't do it.
Well, that doesn't mean you're having to mess with the baby.
I know. But like, what if I get the wrong angle? What if, there's a lot of a lot of things.
If you get the wrong angle, they don't have to use that photo.
What if it's the only photo that you got of the baby coming out?
Sucks this up.
You know what I mean?
It's not the baby coming out.
No, it's not the baby coming out.
Oh, it's just
you're doing the newborn shoot immediately when
Like
she gets
after birth.
home from the
like
hospital.
a fresh 48.
Yeah.
I've actually never done one. I would probably do it.
There we go.
I don't know. I don't know if I could say frame it or forget it because I don't know if I've ever done it. I would say frame it. If someone asked me to do it, I would do it.
You try anything once.
Yeah.
Fun. Well, that is the game. Thank y'all so much. Before we wrap up, can you please tell people where they can follow you on socials and anything else exciting at all that you want to share?
Take it away, Jazzy J.
On Instagram, my Instagram handle is at jazminedean.jpg, and that is JAZMINEDEAN.jpg. I spell my name different with a Z. Thank my mom. Or Anne Marie's Collective Jasmine Dean on Facebook.
And mine's basically the same thing except annemarie.jpg on Instagram and then annegray.pdf for TikTok.
Thank y'all so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Peace.